Welcome to iPulse. I am Veronica Chihovska.
And I am Olivia Doles.
Starting with international news, for the past few weeks, students at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University have held back the police from entering their campus. Students have fortified the campus with homemade firebombs, bows and arrows, giant slingshots, and bricks. On Sunday, 38 people were injured in a battle between the students and the police. One officer was impaled with an arrow as students set fire to a police van. On Monday, officers cornered hundreds of students and gave them one option: drop your weapons or be met with tear gas and rubber bullets.
A 15-year-old girl died Monday morning due to a bridge collapse in France. The bridge was last renovated in 2003. Multiple people were reported to be injured. The 15-year-old's mother was rescued. Witnesses reportedly rescued the mother. There was a total of 3 cars in the collapse. 2 of the 67 firefighters were injured, and a total of 40 police officers and divers were sent to the scene. Now there is an ongoing investigation as to why the bridge collapsed.
In national news on Monday, Chick-fil-A has announced that it will change their charitable giving in 2020. The organization announced, quote, "Staying true to its mission of nourishing the potential in every child, the Chick-fil-A Foundation will deepen its giving to a smaller number of organizations, working exclusively in the areas of education, homelessness, and hunger," end quote. With the donation of millions of dollars throughout the past, Chick-fil-A is ready for the next step in making a difference.
The University of Alabama star quarterback Tua Tagovailoa is out for the rest of the season after suffering a dislocated right hip this past Saturday when they took on Mississippi State, beating them with a score of 38-7. He tweeted later that day, quote, "Thank you all for the prayers and well wishes. God always has a plan," end quote. While this is devastating news for the Alabama Crimson Tide, there is still a chance for them as they could still make the college football playoffs.
A rescue mutt named Narwhal, also known as Unicorn Puppy, was born with an extra tail between his eyes. Narwhal was found wandering around the Kansas City area. The 10-week-old puppy was found to be in general good health and is staying with the Missouri Rescue Max mission while they sort through over 300 adoption applications. Scientists and veterinarians have determined the extra tail comes from Narwhal's twin, whom he absorbed in his mother's uterus. The extra tail does not cause Narwhal any discomfort and does not stop him from being a puppy, so the tail will not be removed.
Continuing with our series with the staff of Lynn, here is Maria Acosta and Michelle Abenazar reporting on Cameron Gill, Assistant Director of Employer Relations and Internships.
Hi, good morning. My name is Cameron Gill. I work in the Career Center here at Lynn University. I am the Assistant Director of Internships and Employer Relations. So our Office of Career and Alumni Connections, our primary goal is to help prepare students for the job market. By doing that, we help students perfect their resume, work on mock interview skills, both with online assessments and external employer interviews that we do once a month. Once students have worked on their resume and their interview skills, I help students identify job search strategies for internships and employment. So we have what we call a freshman initiative. Stacy Griffin goes to every freshman one-on-one class. My recommendation is the sooner you can come to the office, the better. Ultimately, you need to do as many internships as you can, preferably 1 per year during your course as a student. So the sooner the better. So my specific job, it's a bit different from our career coaches. I am more of an external person. I go to chamber events, meet with employers on a daily basis. The idea is to help promote Lynn University and its students to external employers here in our community, and also bring them to campus via career fairs, mock interview events, and outside events. So we have a few upcoming events in the new year here this spring. February 6th, we have a arts and science specific job fair. We also have a marketing communications fair on March 19th. Those are both from 3 to 5 p.m. in the Wall Performing Arts Center.
Stay tuned for more iPulse coming up.
My name is Curtis Lawson. I started on the assembly line, worked my way up. I was a records clerk, one-on-one computer instructor. My motivation is to always be productive, to make every day better than the last. I felt when I came here I was adopted into a family, and now I have over 200 brothers and sisters, and The most rewarding part at the end of the day is knowing that you were able to help somebody. Because there's too many words to describe the center, and I can't pick just one. I mean, some would say unity, like I said before, family, camaraderie, love, respect. You can't. This is one of those facilities which you can't. There is no one word.
Hello, I'm Brian Ryder.
And I'm Sarah McManus.
In Washington, the impeachment inquiry into current U.S. President Donald Trump continues this week, as the president has gone to Twitter saying he's considering testifying in the House's investigation. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, in an interview with CBS, said, quote, "President Trump will have every opportunity to present his case, whether he takes the oath in office or through writing." End quote. Trump responded to Pelosi's comments on Twitter, saying, quote, "Even though I did nothing wrong and don't like giving credibility to this no due process hoax, I like the idea and will, in order to get Congress focused again, strongly consider it." End quote.
With more Trump news, on November 26th, President Trump will hold a campaign rally at the BB&T Center in Sunrise. Trump recently changed his residency from New York to Florida. Michael Glassner, Chief Operating Officer of Trump Campaign, said, quote, "President Trump recently became an official resident of the great state of Florida and looks forward to a welcome home rally with his fellow Floridians," end quote.
Students at Clark University are still stunned by the murder of Alexis Crawford. On the night of October 30th, the 21-year-old senior went missing. Hopes of finding her were snatched, however, as her body was found on the 8th of November. Just days before her tragic murder, Crawford filed a police report against her roommate's boyfriend, claiming he had tried to force himself on her. Atlanta police later charged Crawford's roommate and her boyfriend with Crawford's murder. Erica Shields, who is the prosecutor, said, quote, "The case has come to one of the saddest conclusions possible and has been absolutely heartbreaking," end quote.
On November 15th, 2 mega luxury yachts in a Fort Lauderdale marina went up in flames at 4 in the morning. It is claimed to be the biggest fire loss in Fort Lauderdale history. The yachts were valued at $24 million. The yachts were docked side by side as they were getting renovated. An estimated 100 firefighters were able to get the fire under control by 9. The flames were raging out of control with huge plumes of smoke billowing in the air, according to the Sun Sentinel. The cause of the fire is unknown. The incident is under investigation, has started, and the marina will reevaluate how to close the yachts will be docked.
16-year-old Nathaniel Burho opened fire with a pistol on his high school campus in Santa Clarita, California. The shooting killed 15-year-old Gracie Ann Moberg and 14-year-old Dominic Blackwell. 3 others were wounded in an attack that lasted 16 seconds. After many shots were fired, he saved the final round for himself, ending his life with a gunshot to his head. Investigators think the attack was planned, but they do not suspect specific students were targeted.
A dispute between Taylor Swift and her former label flares over rights to perform her old hits. In a lengthy post on social media accounts late Thursday, Ms. Swift asked her fans to rally for her ability to use music from her catalog in a coming televised award show and a Netflix documentary. She claims that Big Machine, founded by Scott Borchetta and his now-owned music producer Scooter Braun, said that she can only use her old songs if she doesn't proceed with her plans to make copycat versions. Big Machine label group, which controls rights to her first 6 albums, denied her statements, calling them shocking and false.
Continuing with our series with the staff of Lynn, here is Jackie Birch reporting on Professor Stephanie Powers, who teaches journalism and is one of the faculty advisors for the iPulse.
Hi, I'm Professor Stephanie Powers.
How long have you been at Lynn University?
I've been at Lynn for about 15 years.
What made you start working at Lynn?
I've always wanted to do something in education. I have a passion for students, and my background is in journalism and public relations, and I decided to go back to school. And when I went back to school, I mastered in communication and ironically was at Lynn and ended up just staying here.
How has your time here progressed?
It's progressed very nicely. I started off working more administrative in the Office of Academic Affairs, where I was the coordinator of academic projects, and I did everything from creating board reports to helping facilitate parties to working directly with faculty. I then became an adjunct faculty member here in the College of Communication, and I taught introductory level courses and a first year seminar course. I then went on to become the faculty advisor for our student newspaper iPulse, and have progressed my way up to ironically doing a bit of administrative work again, and am now the assistant dean.
What is the most important thing to you in your life?
The most important thing to me in my life is very easy for me to answer. Definitely family.
What are some of your goals for the future?
My goals for the future are to continue what I'm doing here at Lynn. Again, I absolutely love it here. I love what the institution stands for, and I'm here because of the students. So in terms of work, I would say continuing to do what I'm currently doing, and professionally just to be the best mom I can to my 2 children.
Stay tuned for more iPulse after this.
Hello, my name is Xavier Williams.
And I'm Maria Costa.
The Oxford Union, Britain's famous college debating society, is under fire for the mistreatment of blind student from Ghana, Ebenezer Azamati. On October 17th, Azamati arrived early to reserve a seat for the debate, but when he returned, he was refused entry until a friend came to accompany him. Unfortunately, not too long afterwards, security had him violently removed by his ankles, along with confiscating his union card. The entire situation was caught on video and described by the Oxford University Africa Society as violent, unjust, inhuman, and shameful. Azamati told the Sunday Times that he felt unwelcome in the Union, Oxford, and even the country.
As of Friday, November 15, officials said that the suspect involved in the shooting rampage at Saugus High School has died. 16-year-old student Nathaniel Tenosk Berhow passed away after shooting 5 of his classmates last Thursday. Investigators say that Berhow committed suicide shortly after the incident. Almost a week later, Berhow has not been formally charged with the shooting before his death. We send our condolences to the students at Saugus High School, along with their friends and family.
The NFL have suspended Cleveland Browns player Myles Garrett for bad sportsmanship after he purposely hit his opponent in the head with a helmet during a game against the Steelers quarterback Mason Rudolph. Garrett has been suspended for the rest of the football season, which is the longest suspension for an on-field infraction in the league's history. Since then, he has owned his mistakes by saying, quote, "I lost my cool, and what I did was selfish and unacceptable," end quote. The NFL hopes that this punishment will further discourage physical violence on the field.
In April, the United States Court of Appeals upheld Massachusetts' ban on assault weapons and ammunition magazines that hold more than 10 rounds. That landmark case is now before the Supreme Court, and it will be another test ruling for newly appointed Supreme Court Judge Brett Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh has a history of dissenting on gun bans, so this will be the first test on whether he may uphold his conservative views.
And now, Sofia Sokolova reporting on Tate Bailey from the Study Abroad Center.
Is there any specific requirements before you can study abroad, like GPA?
Yeah.
Right?
So you need a 2.5 and you have to be in good social standing. So as long as you are doing well in school and you haven't been fighting anybody off campus.
And you can also get scholarships, right?
Yeah, definitely. So we have a full tuition scholarship to go to American College Dublin. And then we've got open campus scholarships, $3,000 to go to different locations around the world. You can go to up to 3 locations in one semester, so you can go from London to Rome to Copenhagen, or go from South Africa to Rio de Janeiro to Sydney.
Like
Wow.
it's kind of open as far as possibilities go, as long as you have the classes, the ability to do that. So it's what we have scholarships for those. It helps cover the cost of travel. Also, the people we work with, our providers, have scholarships, whether it be based on merit, diversity, for being a certain percentage of, a need-based scholarship. So there's tons of ways to like fund it. It's just kind of up to you to like look through those, and I'm here to help. Like, I can revise essays and things like that, and we have scholarships listed on our website, but beyond that, it's up to the student a lot of the time. So totally possible, it just takes a little bit more work.
All right. Thank you so much
That's
for the
it?
interview.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Thanks for watching, and pick up a copy of iPulse soon. You can also listen again to this broadcast on the iPulse app.